There were a couple of red flags which I chose to ignore. This guy was very temperamental. Every single thing, he gets angry over everything. There is a way you could say something and everyone hears something else. Hello again, everyone. It's Bisola Dini. On today's episode of my video, I'll be talking about a couple of things yet again that I've learned since when I've started doing my business in the last couple of years. Today's video itself would be based on my experience as an employer, what I've learned as an employer over the last 5 years, what has been an employer taught me with actually having to deal with staffing. That's just basically what I'll be talking about today. And I hope there will be someone out there that would find this useful. It's one of the underestimated things in the business. It's really difficult. Actually, really depends on your temperament. If your temperament is not in as such that you're a people's person, you could get things wrong really fast, just like I did. When I started the business, started with myself as the star employee. I got my partner also as an employee with me, and I got my brother who was also helping as an employee with me. So that's me, my partner, and my brother. Anything really goes. We could do anything we want to do. There was no set time. We tried our best to be structured, but things just would happen when they needed to happen. Up until when we moved to our first place, we definitely needed employees. We got our first staff, and then we got another staff. It was a lady helping out with the administration, and then it was a guy helping out with the warehouse operation. Every single employee that we had, we always learned something from them. Was either something good or was either something bad? And I'll give examples when commensurate with those lessons. The first lesson, skills can be trained, but character is harder to be trained. So you want to look for people that actually have a very great character. It's very important. Skills are really overestimated when it comes to getting things done, and character could be easily underrated. When you're starting a new business, you can't afford to just do things shabbily. You would get instances where you would realize that people could be very over entitled. People do not have a process and they just do things anyhow. The way they behave, the way they talk to customers, the way they act to you, the way they take to corrections, the way they move around with things, their mentality, their mindset. These are things you want to watch out for. When someone starts with you, you can easily train them if you have a way of doing things, or at least even if it's just you repeating what you've showed them to do. There was a guy we employed a couple of years back. His interview was great, but there were a couple of red flags which I chose to ignore. One of his roles involved going out to get the orders that we would get, place the order, pay for the item via the company's card, or we would buzz it via bank transfer, and then he would bring back the item from London to our warehouse. This guy was very temperamental. Every single thing, he gets angry over everything. There have been people that have done this before him and they were fine. When he would make mistakes and then would correct him, just like every other staff, that no, you need to do it this way, then he started getting angry. He'd be like, no, I can't do it. I've done it already. Why should I do it? There are instances like that. You get people, they can do the job from a skills point of view, but from a character point of view, it was really nothing to write them about. Suppliers, they would leave emails and say, do you have another driver that could come to do this person's round, because we do not like the way he behaves with our staff. We had to let him go. Character is very important. Skills can be learned. Never ignore red flags. If you have a red flag, discuss it, analyze it. If it's that red, just follow your gut. It's very important as a startup founder. It's very important as a self-founder. It's very important as a small business owner. Not every single person cares about the business the way you do. So not everyone will care about the business the way you do. 90% of people, if not more, they are coming for exactly the money that you're giving them at the end of the day to do a service, and they have to get paid. People that are coming into the business, that doesn't mean they're bad people. So once you have these mitigations in place where you're aware that you're employing people that may not generally have the best business interest at heart, you have to be very careful, and you have to just set your expectations. Set clear expectations. When you hire people, it's normal for them to know that they have something to do, but you need to make certain definitions of what you expect and what you do not expect. This has hurt me in more ways than I've realized, where you would see someone basically on acceleration towards the wrong direction, and he's burning business money, he's burning business time, is burning everything literally. As a small owner, you don't have time for that, and the only thing, many of the times, what would have just corrected all that is set the expectation straight from the beginning, and everyone is aligned and everyone goes for it. The number 4 lesson, there would be that few number of employees that are very valuable. Make sure that you actually appreciate their weight and their value, because you do not want to lose them. We've had someone that is genuinely intentional in the business. They take the business as their own, but for some reason they do not feel that they are fully appreciated the way they should be. They would leave to a place where they feel that they are more appreciated, and this for a small business is a business killer, because when you've got people like that can run the business, that can take up their responsibility properly and do things without any supervision, them leaving, especially when you do not have a replacement strategy, could be very detrimental to the business. So you want to make sure that you value your staff properly, and you want to make sure that they are aware that you value them for that. It definitely goes a long way. Number 5, be ready to lead by example. Whatever you expect for others to do, make sure you're also doing it. If we have a closing check, the warehouse operators are meant to have a closing routine and an opening routine. They are all built to do that and expected to do that, and they do that. And there is a time when maybe you're covering for a staff as a business owner, you're not going to actually do all the closing checks. It sends a silent message that anything can go. You then find instances and lapses then along the line, staff neglecting one or two things, or probably even the same routine that you neglected, is something you really, really want to avoid. And also another way to lead by example as well is by communication. You need to learn how to communicate directly, properly, and efficiently with your staff. Bad communication or no communication kills. There is a way you could say something and everyone hears something else, right? And one of the ways to avoid everyone hearing a different thing from exactly what you're trying to pass across is by repetition in different instances. Communication is very clear. Also, taking responsibility. That's another way of leading by example. When something goes wrong, own up to it. You're building in a platform or a pathway for the other employees that see you leading this way to do the same thing. They would be able to own up to their mistakes easily because they see that that's what the atmosphere dictates. So these are the 5 things that I would say I have learned in my journey as an entrepreneur. We're all learning, and even those that have had businesses 1, 2, 3, 4 times businesses, they've had to go through many circles of learning and making mistakes to actually learn from before they became really good at it. And one way of actually jumping those steps and basically failing lesser and learning faster is by layering off people that have actually made these mistakes in the past, knowing exactly how they made the mistakes and how best to avoid the mistakes, so that you can actually have a very good employer-employee relationship balance. I wish you all the best, and I hope the video was helpful. Thank you.